The Story of Bernadette. Let us take you all the way back to the year 1858. Here is Bernadette. She is 14 years old and lives in a town called Lourdes in the south of France. She is small and is often ill. She might have a weak body, but she has been blessed with a strong faith. And as you will see, she is also very brave. She has recently been staying in a nearby village, Bartres, looking after sheep for her aunt and uncle. The sheepfold she worked in is still there and is a popular destination for people visiting the area. Now, Bernadette is back in Lourdes with her mother and father and her 4 younger brothers and sisters. They share just one room, an old prison cell. They used to rent a mill in the town, but her father had been too generous and lost all the family's money. Now they have to live in the worst place in the whole of Lourdes. One day, she, along with one of her sisters and a friend, went to a cave at the edge of the town to collect firewood. That cave is what we now know as the grotto, but at the time it was the local rubbish dump. Bernadette didn't cross the stream to reach it like the other girls. She was not feeling well and didn't want to put her feet in the water. Waiting there, she felt a strange gust of wind. She looked up and saw a mysterious, beautiful lady amongst the rocks. The lady was holding a set of rosary beads. Bernadette and her prayed together. This was the first of 18 times the lady appeared to Bernadette. We sometimes call them apparitions. Bernadette must have been surprised to find out that her sister and friend didn't see the lady that first day. Bernadette alone had been chosen to pass on news from her. Even when, at the end of the apparitions, thousands of people were at the grotto with Bernadette. Only she ever saw the vision in the rocks. We want to tell you about a few of the apparitions that are especially important. The third time the lady appeared, she spoke for the first time, asking Bernadette to come and visit her for a fortnight, which Bernadette agreed to. A week later, during the 9th apparition, the lady made a request which at first confused Bernadette. She asked her to drink from the spring. Bernadette turned to go to the river, thinking that was what the lady wanted her to do. But the lady pointed into the grotto itself. Digging with her fingers where the lady pointed, Bernadette found a muddy puddle. She continued digging for a while until the water flowed clear. Then she drank some. That spring still flows today. People soon began to get worried about what young Bernadette was saying. So much so that after one of the early apparitions, she was summoned by the local police chief. He warned her that if this continued, she would be sent to jail, which might seem a strange threat given she already lived in a prison cell. This is just one of many times during the apparitions that Bernadette was threatened and told to stop going to the grotto. Each time, she refused. She knew it was something she just had to do for the mysterious lady. Whether it was the local police chief saying it, or her mother, or the parish priest. Can you imagine how strong and brave she was to defy them? As word of the apparitions grew, more and more people came to the grotto. One of those was Catherine Latterby from a nearby village. She was unable to move one of her arms and came to bathe in the spring that Bernadette had found. Immediately she could move it again. This is regarded as the first miraculous healing in Lourdes. Since then, another 70 medical miracles have been accepted as happening in the town. But miracles needn't be as big as Catherine Latterby's. Leaving Lourdes with greater confidence or self-esteem can make a huge difference to someone's life. On another occasion, Bernadette made her way through an even larger crowd to get to the grotto. The lady asked her, "Go and tell the priests that people are to come here in procession and to build a chapel here." Bernadette approached her parish priest about this. Imagine doing that yourself, asking for something that big from someone in authority. The priest was angry and dismissive about what Bernadette had to say. He didn't trust her and just wanted to know the name of the lady that only Bernadette could see. From early on in the apparitions, Bernadette had asked the lady what her name was, to which the lady had always just smiled. Some had said the lady might be mocking the young girl. The 16th time the lady appeared, Bernadette finally got an answer. The mysterious lady told her, "I am the Immaculate Conception." Bernadette didn't understand the words, but ran to the parish priest's house, repeating them over and over so as not to forget them. The priest was shocked to hear the words. The term Immaculate Conception, which referred to the Virgin Mary, Jesus' mother, was a recent idea. Bernadette couldn't have known about it or have made it up. From that day on, the priest began to take Bernadette and what she said seriously. After that, Bernadette only saw the lady twice more. The first time, Bernadette held a lit candle. Its flame mysteriously licked along her hand without burning it. A local doctor was shocked to witness such a strange sight. The final time she saw the lady, she was blocked from getting close to the grotto as the authorities had put up a barrier. Bernadette saw her from across the river. Despite that, she said that she still felt as close as she had ever been, and that the lady was even more beautiful than ever. By now, Bernadette had become a local celebrity, which she didn't like as she was very humble. She moved into a school run by nuns in Lourdes to get some privacy. There she learnt to read and write. As she got older, she felt she wanted to become a nun herself and moved to a town called Nevers, over 400 miles from Lourdes. Her past was sometimes forgotten there. But one day, someone asked her about the apparitions. Bernadette said simply, "The Virgin used me as a broom to remove the dust. When the work is done, the broom is put behind the door again." Bernadette continued to have a hard life because of illness. It's like what the lady told her when she first spoke. "I do not promise to make you happy in this world, but in the other. She was a popular member of her community, working in the nuns' hospital and chapel when she could. Bernadette died in 1879 whilst praying the rosary. She was just 35 years old. Many years later, her body was dug up. Although the cross and rosary in her hands had rotted, her body still looked like she had just fallen asleep. You can still see it in a glass case in a chapel in Nevers. The Catholic Church declared her a saint in 1933. Her story continues to inspire so many people. The Virgin Mary picking the young, sickly peasant girl Bernadette to be her messenger might seem a strange choice, but look at Lourdes now. See how much the words and actions shared by Bernadette have achieved. Every year, millions of people travel from around the world to answer the Blessed Virgin's call, to come in procession. They visit the grotto, touching its rocks which have been rubbed smooth by everyone who has gone there before them. They bathe in and take home water from the spring that Bernadette found. They light candles as Bernadette did. They pray in the many churches near to where the lady appeared. Many find or renew their faith because of Lourdes and its apparitions.